So now let us discuss about the field test. So this test is conducted on the DC series motors. Unlike the DC shunt motors, the series motors cannot be tested by the methods which are already available for shunt motors because it is impossible to run the series motor on no load. Because we know that on no load, armature current as well as series field current is less, zero. Then what happens? The flux is minimum. When the flux is minimum, the speed is maximum. Then the series motor will run at dangerously high speed on no load. So that's why in case of small series generators, we can conduct the test using brake test. But the series motors are usually tested in pairs. You see here, the field test is applied to two similar series motors which are coupled mechanically. So as shown in the picture, one machine is made to run as motor while the other will run as a generator which is separately excited. The fields of the two machines are connected in series so that both machines are equally excited. When both machines are equally excited, this means that the iron losses are same for both the machines. The two machines are running at the same speed. The generator output is given to variable resistance. So it is not fed back to the motor, it is given to variable resistance. It is not a regenerative test, just like the Hopkinson's test. So the resistance R is changed until the current taken by the motor reaches its full load value. Means when the R is varied, then the current to be supplied by the generator is more. That means the input to the generator, which is output of the motor, to be increased. That means when the resistance is changed, the output of the motor will be changed until its full load value. We have to change the resistance until the motor output reaches its full load value. So this will be indicated by A1. That means the current supplied by the motor is indicated by A1, the full load current. So the other readings are recorded as, here V is the supply voltage, I1 is the current taken by the motor, I2 is the load current, V2 is the potential difference across the potential difference of the generator, RA, RSC are the armature and series field resistances. Therefore, power taken from the supply is equal to V1 into I1. Output of the generator is V2 into I2. Then the total losses of both the machines is equal to power supplied V1 I1 or V I1, V into I1 minus the power obtained from the generator V2 I2. Input minus output is the total losses of both the machines, which is given by WT. Therefore, armature copper loss and field copper loss are given by I1 square, because the current flowing in this is same, I1 square into RA, armature resistance of the motor, plus the two field resistances, both are same, 2 into RS, plus the copper loss in the generator equal to I2 square RA. Therefore, total losses, total stray losses equal to total losses minus copper losses. So stray losses per machine is equal to WT minus WCU, that means copper loss divided by 2. So if you take, since the two machines are excited, equally excited, and are running at the same speed, the stray losses will be equally divided. Here it is justified. For the motor, the input is V1 into I1. Therefore, total loss is equal to armature copper loss plus field copper loss plus stray loss. I1 square Ra, armature copper loss. I1 square into RSG, copper loss of the motor plus stray loss, WS. What is the output of the motor? Input minus total losses. Input minus total losses. Therefore, efficiency equal to output by input. So this is the output V1 I1 minus these losses divided by input. Now coming to generator, efficiency of the generator is of little importance because it is running under conditions of separate excitation. Still it can be found as output of the generator equal to V2 into I2. Field copper loss of the generator equal to same. This is the field of the generator I1 square RSG. What is the armature copper loss? I2 square Ra. So total loss equal to armature copper loss plus field copper loss plus stray loss. So we can write, substitute these values. So input to the generator equal to output plus total losses. V2 I2 plus total losses. Therefore, efficiency of generator equal to output by input. V2 I2 output divided by this output plus losses. So as I said, the one important thing is it is not a regenerative method because the output of the generator is not fed back to the motor, but it is wasted in load resistance. Let us see a problem on this. A fields test on two mechanically coupled similar motors with their fields connected in series and with one machine running as motor and other as a generator gave the following data. For motor, the armature current is 40 amperes, armature voltage 200 volts, the drop across its field winding is 15 volts. Total field winding is taken here. Next, generator, armature current is 32 amperes, armature voltage 160 volts, and drop across the field winding is 15 volts. So the resistance of each machine armature is 0.4 ohms. Calculate the efficiency of each machine at this load. So this is the connection diagram for the fields test. Let us see I1, which is a motor input current 40 amperes. This is I1. So V is the voltage across the armature 200 volts. I2 is the load current 32 amperes. So V2 voltage across the generator 160 volts. RA RSG, that is armature and field resistance of each machine. Then the total input equal to V into I1, 215 into 40, 8600 watts. What is the output? V2 I2, the total output, 160 into 32. Therefore 5120 watts. Therefore total losses in two machines equal to total input minus output. So that is 3480 watts. So series field resistance of both the machines is nothing but V by I1. Because so therefore series field resistance of both the machines equal to voltage across this field 15 volts divided by current through the field. That is, this is the current, series current. That is, actually they have given separately here both the fields, but the voltage across the both the fields is given as 15 volts, 15 by 40. So that is 0.375 ohms. Therefore total copper loss equal to Ra plus 2 RSG into I1 square plus I2 square Ra. So if you substitute all these values, 2214.6 watts. Stray losses of the set equal to total loss minus total copper loss. If you substitute these values, it is 1230.4 watts. Stray losses for each machine equal to total stray loss divided by 2. That is 1230.4 divided by 2. That is 615.2 watts. So for motor, input is equal to V into I, that is 200 into 40, 8000 watts. Armature copper loss is Ra plus RSG for motor into Ia square, that is 1240 watts. Stray loss already calculated as 615.2 watts. Total loss is equal to armature copper loss plus stray loss, that is 1855.2 watts. Motor output is equal to input minus total losses. If you substitute the values, it is 6144.8 watts. Efficiency equal to output by input, that is 76.81%. Today for the generator, armature copper loss equal to I2 square RA. If you substitute the values, 409.6 watts. Series field copper loss equal to V into I. That is 15 into the current flowing in this is 40. 600 watts. Total losses is equal to armature copper loss plus series field copper loss plus stray loss. We substitute these values 1624.8 watts. Therefore, output of the generator is equal to 5220 watts. Input to the generator equal to output plus losses, which is equal to 5220 plus 1624.8, that is equal to 6844.8 watts, which is input to the generator. Therefore, efficiency of generator equal to output by input into 100. 5220 divided by 6844.8 into 100, which is 76.26%. So by calculating the stray losses for each machine and taking half of the total stray losses, we can calculate the efficiency of the motor as well as the generator using Field's test. Thank you.